So you're gonna hear a lot of nose and mouth sounds.
Okay. So that was a good idea.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
Here we are once again in the confines
here.
of our culture and our time.
That got very, very interesting.
Existential quickly.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that.
I'm a bit existential at the moment. It's understandable.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Why so existential?
Oh, just shit.
Oh, okay.
Just, yeah, life is shit. People are shit. No, I like people. I do like people, and I like life.
All people?
in generally. I had to think about that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Most.
No, if you had to think about it, it's a lie.
I like most people. There are people that I don't care for.
You do. You know what? You do like more people
Yes,
than I do.
I think that's
general
fair.
in life.
I think that's fair.
Maybe this is a better way to put it.
Okay.
You tolerate a lot more, a larger number of people than I can tolerate.
I'm glad to be among the people that you tolerate. I'll
There we
say
go.
that. Because that makes me feel a bit special, and that sort of feeds into my whole thing.
Right.
So it's like a nice little circle we have. You don't like a lot of people, but you like me, which makes me feel good. And then,
Right, right.
The snake eats its tail.
That's the goal. You just want the snake eating its tail. That's the whole thing.
That's what you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Now, I don't, I can have casual-ish relationships with a large number of people.
Yeah.
There aren't as many who I can stand to be around for
Okay.
an extended period. The longer I'm with someone,
Right.
the more
What what time frame? What's the time frame we're talking about here?
if we're in an act, I end up in a lot. This is a thing that happens to me. By the way, I just noticed the color of this room.
Oh, well, you haven't been in here.
It's a very nice color.
It's red.
It's like a wine
Yeah,
red,
it's I believe it was some sort of wine.
like Pinot.
I don't
Let's call it a Malbec color.
It's a if you go to Home Depot, they have all those paint samples.
Oh yeah,
And there's one brand
I'm familiar.
that has the colors that are allowed in the National Historic buildings.
Yes, really.
Yeah. And they have them marked on their little chips.
That's
And
interesting.
those are always the best colors.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
We have a fair amount of those in our house. The yellow in the kitchen is not that color.
Okay. Interesting. This is one though.
This is one, I
wine
believe.
red.
The ones in the living room, the greens are historic. So someday
Oh.
when they put a plaque on this house,
Yeah.
the person won't even have to repaint. They'll just be like, no, it's fine.
Oh. I like it. And I like the crown. I just noticed you have crown molding in here too, which
Yeah.
is nice.
There's also a floor. I don't know if you noticed
I did
that,
notice
but
a floor, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking up right now.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a ceiling. There's
Yeah.
a fan I need to replace.
There's a sneeze I need to get out.
Mostly just because I hate the fan. It's fine.
You don't care for that fan?
I don't like it.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't even know why. There's no reason for me to hate this fan.
Too much faux brass, perhaps?
Maybe I think my relationship with this fan, much like my relationship with most people,
It's just not for you.
it's tenuous. It's not great.
No, so if I'm I end up with a lot of folks in my life who are not usually the closest folks, but I can talk to them. That people talk to me. It's a thing that happens to me. People tend to. I don't know. I don't know if I think what it is I kind of go along with their thing.
Well, you're you're extroverted enough.
Extroverted
you
enough.
engage?
Yeah, I engage the initial.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of people who will just sort of wander into that space you've created for
Right.
them.
Yeah. No, if you allow a space to be there,
Yeah.
there are people who will go there.
Yeah. I feel like
It's an if you build it, they will come situation.
right, and this does end up having negative effects in my life because I have too many people like that in my sphere. If I had a couple, I could handle it, but I have a lot of people like that in my sphere, not in my close sphere,
Right.
but like in my like extraneous sphere, and it does take the energy,
Oh yeah.
you know. But I feel like it points at something maybe in our culture where we like no one really listens to anyone.
Oh well, that's definitely.
You know, and a lot of people just need someone to listen to them.
I think a majority of us have experienced those conversations, and if you haven't experienced this conversation, you're the person I'm about to point at, where you're talking to someone and you can tell they're just sitting there thinking, when is it my turn to talk again?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I've had a lot of those times.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, we're sort of, first of all, our pace of life is very, you know, and we don't take time to sort of slow down and really take in what's happening. You know, we run into it on this show sometimes.
Yeah.
I have certainly spoken over you trying to get in a joke.
Well, that's a
Many
I will say
times.
that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Because we're, I mean, this is showbiz, baby. It's showbiz.
This is verbal tennis. It's kind of what we got going on here. Yeah.
But it's I don't like when people try to blame like social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe it's because that's part of the reason social media exists now.
Oh, like it's the other way
I don't
around.
know. Yeah, I don't know. But everyone's so up their own ass about everything.
I think it's a bit of, I do think it's a bit of, I don't think social media has helped.
Yeah.
It's maybe made it worse, but I think we had that thing going anyway.
Oh, no, I mean,
culture
was definitely headed that way.
Right.
And we just made it compounded with social media, whether it was that was created because we were so interested in ourselves.
By the way, follow us on Threads, the brand new social media app, at Sit in the Finches and at Justin Drakecroft.
Yeah, that I thought about that when I jumped on there. So for those, I mean, by the time you listen to this, it may have taken over the world. I don't know.
It could have, or it may have crashed and burned.
Okay, so I'll go through the entire timeline.
All right, cool.
So a long time ago, there was a thing called Facebook created.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And then your aunts got to be on it, and then it wasn't cool anymore.
Correct.
Okay. At around the time that stopped being cool, a thing called Twitter came out.
Right.
And you could put out very short messages on this thing, and everyone's like, that's really cool. And then your aunts discovered it, but somehow we stuck with it.
Well, yeah, I feel like it wasn't the aunts that took over Twitter.
That was the uncles.
Definitely the uncles.
So aunts took over Facebook.
Yeah.
And put up their poorly informed political opinions next to cinnamon roll recipes.
And pictures of their children.
Right.
Yeah.
Twitter was taken over by your uncle that has Ray-Bans, and you're like, why do you have those? and then you find out they're not really Ray-Bans. They were from the Loves.
Yeah.
They just look like Ray-Bans.
They're stray bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to Twitter.
Yeah.
And then Lord of all douches, Elon Musk, bought Twitter because he was running off at the mouth, and a judge said, legally, you now have to buy this. Which is my favorite thing that's ever happened.
I don't think I actually knew that detail about the story.
He said, I would offer this amount per share, which was way over what anyone would offer.
Really?
Yeah, it was a significant bump up. And Then he went, nah, I'm not really going to do that, and had a bunch of reasons. And Twitter took him to court, and he's like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy it.
That's what that story. So I read a little bit about that, but it got so complicated that I forgot like the basic story.
Yeah. So, anyway, so while that was happening,
Yes.
Cyborg Mark Zuckerberg
Human cyborg.
poached a bunch of Twitter employees that were fired by Elon Musk,
Right.
and they built something called Threads, which is Twitter.
Yeah.
It's Twitter.
It's basically Twitter.
And now Elon Musk is threatening to sue Mark Zuckerberg
Cool.
because he says they stole proprietary information, and Mark Zuckerberg says, no, we didn't. And here we are.
I picture Mark Zuckerberg not as Mark Zuckerberg, but as a puppet of Mark Zuckerberg
that's
being
right.
operated by Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's every time you hear his voice, I just want you to listen to it and think about what it would sound like if an alien or a cyborg was trying to pass themselves off as human. And you're not going to hear him the same way ever again.
Threads.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he created Threads.
He created Threads.
And fast forward to today. Speaking of people being up their own ass, where everyone jumped on Threads. They have millions of people who downloaded it within 24 hours.
Today's the first day.
I believe so.
Okay.
And everybody's post was, hey guys, I'm here. As if anyone jumped onto Threads and went, oh man, Tommy's not on here yet. I don't think I should be on here right now. Maybe I'll come back later when he's checked it out.
Well, if we've learned anything from the last decade plus, it's that every time a new social media outlet is launched, like 3 people become famous because of it.
Yeah.
Because and so I think everyone's thinking,
It's not going to happen.
I can get traction if I jump on this as soon as possible.
See, I don't think this one's different enough for that to happen.
Because it's like Twitter.
Yeah. It's just the people who were big on Twitter will be big on there.
Probably you're right. Yeah, I'm guessing.
Okay. I'll be back.
All right, so we're doing a thing that we talked about a long time ago. You may remember, I don't know what episode it was, but I think you posited, right? Yeah. You posited that I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between different types of ramen noodles, grocery store, bargain bin, ramen noodles. And so up tonight we have, 5 flavors?
Yeah. In fact, you know what? Hold on.
Nathan's going to bring in those flavors while I continue to sniffle into the microphone. We've boiled water. We're not having any... Oh, boy.
We're having them all right now.
Okay. We're not having any noodles, just broth.
Yes.
I can hold one.
Here.
We also have a dog to contend with. Is it fair to say the broth is now lukewarm?
No, it is cold.
It is cold.
It is
All right.
temperature broth.
Great.
Just what you wanted.
I'm going to be clearing my nasal passages frequently during this process.
As one would have.
So everyone's going to have to contend with that, and I apologize in advance.
Okay. So, need this out of the way, too.
If I want to taste, I also have to smell.
Okay.
Well,
So
some
right
of
now,
us do.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Am I allowed to look at the color?
I mean,
Because that's going to help me.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Not to.
I'll try not to look at the color.
This is 5.
Okay. 5 has a
I will
spoon.
hand you 5 in a minute.
Okay.
All of them, I have a spoon for you to stir.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Need to.
No, that might be necessary. That might be an important part of this. So I will be trying 5 flavors of. They are Maruchan, aren't they? I believe they are.
Yeah, you went the good stuff.
Yeah, I went for the good stuff. So we've got beef,
Yeah.
chili, chicken, pork, and soy sauce,
Soy sauce.
which used to be called
I believe Oriental.
Oriental. And you are correct. I can confirm that with my memory banks.
So We're, you know, I'm concerned because I keep hearing from Fox News that if you go woke, you go broke.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what they keep saying.
Bummer. Bummer. All right.
Maybe no more ramen.
Number one.
And
I don't get a multiple. I'm just guessing which one is which. I'm trying not to
well,
look.
I mean, you don't need a multiple choice. There's 5.
I can smell, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ooh, I've got an idea already.
Okay.
This is going to be like a very like, you know how like in Asian cultures a lot of times, you know, Oriental cultures.
Right. One of those classic cultures.
You hear that it's polite to slurp, that
Yeah.
it's a sign that you're enjoying the food. So you're gonna hear a lot of nose and mouth sounds.
The difference here is you're just drinking very condensed broth.
That's very concentrated, Nathan.
Yeah.
Did you put all the packet in this
put the
little
whole thing in there.
You put the whole packet in
Put
this
the whole
little bit of
packet
water?
in. Yep.
You could have used a little more water.
I could have used a little bit more water, but I want you to get the full flavor.
All right, if I drink all this, I might die.
No, don't drink it all.
All right, this is definitely not chicken. This is not chili. I wish we had shrimp, but I couldn't find shrimp. Shrimp was my favorite. It was the pink one. And I also liked how it tastes. It's not chili. This is not chicken.
It's not shrimp.
It's not shrimp.
Yeah.
It could be soy sauce. It could be beef. It could be pork.
Yeah. Those are the 3 that are left. You have to pick one, though.
Hang on. It's real salty.
That just means it's ramen.
I am going to guess that this is beef.
Okay.
You going to tell me all at the end, or are you going to tell me?
Oh, I'm not telling you.
You tell me.
right now.
Okay, you're not telling me now.
We need to know how good your ramen palate is.
So we're saying one is beef.
Yeah.
Right. I do have some water and some alcohol to cleanse the palate. All right, this one.
Yeah, I'm going to be shocked if you don't get this one, but we'll find
All right. Shocked. Interesting. That's a little...
Yeah.
I think I know what it is.
I mixed in a different flavor, so you have no idea. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
You don't know.
2 is chili. Ooh, that's good, though. Concentrated. Wow.
Does it pack a punch?
It packs a little bit of heat there, yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
definitely chili. I might need a second because now my mouth is salivating for this next one.
No, I mean,
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I need a little cleanser. Tell the people about our absinthe experience while I cleanse.
we drank absinthe. All right, we're cleansed. No,
Oh, no.
you want to talk about the mouth cleansing experience?
That's what I want to talk about.
That was the weirdest thing.
Before we drink absinthe. It was good, though. It's fun.
Okay, so what was it? Okay, so
Essential
summary.
oils of some kind.
Yeah, so we went to do an absinthe tasting.
I'm trying not to look, but I looked. I'm sorry.
I saw. And before we did our absinthe tasting,
3 is chicken. Wow. Go ahead. Go ahead.
so before we could taste the absinthe, the bartender first gave us a pipette to
Yes.
squeeze a few drops of something on our tongue, which, by the way, is an alarming thing for a person to tell you.
That is true. I mean, pipette, you think chemistry set, and you think acid. Honestly, those are kind of the two.
Like, the two choices here were either he was actually cleansing our palate,
Yeah.
or he was trying to date rape us.
Yeah.
Those are like there was a roofie in there. And we just took him at his word, and it turned out okay.
So
we
he
think.
tells us to squirt it all over our tongue.
Yeah.
And it burns.
Oh, it burned.
It
like
burned
crap.
for a while. And then he gives us a little shot, kind of a big shot glass, not a little shot, big shot, of what he calls mouthwash, in quotes, something he's concocted.
Yeah.
This is also to cleanse the palate.
Which that tasted good.
It did taste good. And it was kind of a nice aperitif to our liqueur
That's correct.
drinking excursions. All right.
All right, number 4.
Number 4. Oh, boy. It's getting harder. God, you could have made them a little weaker.
Yeah, but what's the fun in that?
Okay, 1 and 4 are very similar. Oh, man.
You can go back and change your vote.
And I
if you
might.
want.
I might after I have all 5. Because this tastes almost exactly like number 1.
Uh-huh.
Almost exactly. But slightly different. This could either be pork or it could be soy sauce. I'm going to guess soy sauce.
Okay.
For now. And then... wow.
All right, we got
5.
one more.
Yeah, 5. Okay, my guesses are in, so I can kind of look, right? Like, it's not gonna matter.
Well, let's be honest. Four of the 5 look the same. It doesn't matter.
They really do. I'm confident that I got 2 and... Thank you. I'm confident I got 2 and 3 correct. I'm confident that was chili, and I'm confident that was chicken. 1 and 4, I'm not really sure yet.
Right.
And here's 5. Ooh, 5 has a different thing to it. Let's see. I'm gonna guess that 5 is pork.
Okay.
So wait a sec. Before we lock this in,
Okay, so we have locked... these are your choices. Do you
Yeah.
want to know? You have chosen beef, chili, chicken, soy sauce, pork.
yeah,
In order.
I'm pretty sure that 2 and 3 are right. Chili and chicken. I'm almost 100% sure.
This is the worst game show that's ever been invented.
The others I'm a little more questionable because what is to differentiate beef from pork from soy sauce?
Typically, cow versus pig versus just beans.
So I have 1 in my hand here. Wait a minute. One might be soy sauce. It really might. 4 and 5 is in my right hand here. Okay.
The fun thing is knowing that somehow you are ingesting like 4,000 milligrams of sodium during this event.
That's right. I'm not going to drink all of this. We are saving the noodles, however.
Yeah,
we
the
don't
noodles have to
believe
be saved.
in waste here at Sushi Jackknife.
Except for the broth.
Yeah, that's got to go. I can't. There's no chance. Yeah. I think I might prune up.
You could mix it all into one super broth.
Let's do that at the end, and I'll try that.
Okay.
Just for fun. Four. Okay. That's 4. 5.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of these is pork and one of these is beef. And I just don't know which.
You think
is
4
which.
and 5, one's pork, one's beef?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So are you locking one in as soy sauce then?
Let me compare. I got too many bowls. All right, this is 5 with the spoon in it.
Yeah. Five
is
5
4.
has spoon. 4 is the one that you're gagging on currently. Yeah.
I said this was soy sauce originally, didn't I?
4, yeah. You said 4
I'm
was
going to
soy
stick
sauce.
with that.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with that being soy
So now
sauce.
we're back to 1
Or 5.
and 5. You said 1 was beef, 5 was pork.
Yeah. Let's see. And I'm having trouble. There's like an onion taste to one of them.
Oh, well, that's the onion one.
Yeah. So I don't know what's more synonymous with onions, pork or beef. Does this even make sense? I don't think it does.
I don't think you are probably going to taste the actual meat in either one of them.
There's swishing happening.
Yeah.
Pork is going to be the one I'm least familiar with.
Okay.
Let me use this in my strategy because when I was growing up, there was chicken, there was beef, there was Oriental, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
And there was shrimp. Those were the only flavors. Chili is relatively new.
Yeah.
And I want to say that pork was either rare or relatively new.
Pork, I remember like when I was in college, when pork showed up, you're like, oh, really? Mm-hmm. And that was a surprise.
All right. I'm going to say, I'm back to my original.
Okay.
1 is beef, 5 is pork.
Okay. All right. Would you like the answers? Are you committed?
I Need some water. And then I want to know.
Okay. So,
All right, hit me.
okay, so the most interesting part of this
All right, great.
is when you listed them off at the beginning, you listed them in the correct order.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When I was just remembering what flavors.
Just remembering what flavors,
Okay.
you automatically knew what they were.
Wow.
Then you fucked it up.
Ah, shit.
All right, so first one.
Yeah,
You said
beef.
beef was correct.
Yes. All right.
You got chili.
Chili was number 2.
You got chicken.
Chicken was number 3. I have,
You said soy sauce.
that was pork.
It turns out salty pork and salty soy sauce taste the same.
Almost exactly the same. So this is soy sauce.
Yeah.
4 is soy sauce? No, 4 is pork.
4 is pork.
I don't see it.
And 5
5
is
is
soy sauce.
Almost exactly the same.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There are not actually what was it, like 15 flavors that they had?
Something that we looked it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
There's
no way.
There are 6 flavors and they've repackaged several
I
of
think
them.
so. I will say, looking at it now,
Yeah.
the pork bowl is lighter in color than the soy sauce bowl,
Right.
which makes sense. All right, I'm putting them all together. So I did reasonably well. Out
Yeah,
of
you
out
didn't
of
do too bad.
a percentage, what would that give me? That would give me.
I mean 60%, but
That's
we only,
not.
we
But
only
that
had 5.
for a blind taste test. That's
Yeah, we
not,
had 5. That's not bad.
That's not bad. Thank you.
Gordon Ramsay would be super pumped with you right now.
Is it normal to feel your heart doing weird stuff?
No, that's bad.
Okay.
You're dying.
All right, that sounds correct. All right, I'm mixing in the 3 dark ones.
Okay, the
right.
3 dark ones.
Yep. Well, really, there's 4 dark ones, but the chili has a little bit of a red hue.
Yeah,
Since
yeah.
it's chili after all.
I'm telling you, the flavors they have created, they've created chicken, they've created dark,
Yeah.
and they've created spicy.
I think that's pretty much it.
There are
yeah.
3 flavors.
And shrimp. Shrimp is
And
original. Shrimp is like a riff on chicken, if I remember. But it is its own thing in a way. All right, they've all been mixed together. Now I have a lovely
this makes me so upset.
oil. I have a lovely oily brown liquid, lukewarm to cold liquid. All right, I'm gonna cleanse because
This is very upsetting.
I don't feel well.
I mean, you probably shouldn't.
Oh boy. Okay, water, whiskey. Maybe put one of these firecrackers in my mouth and blow it off.
So it's real good
Oh,
mixed
that's
together.
It still tastes like chicken. The like celery flavor of the chicken.
The chicken over
Really-
it's the dominant gene.
It really sticks out. Will you take one sip of the combo?
I'll taste it. Yeah.
Just for one for the team here. Take one for the team. I think the celery of the chicken sticks out because it's an actual flavor. It's not just a salt flavor.
the color of this is very upsetting,
Isn't it? It looks like you just shit in that bowl.
and it just smells like salt.
Very, very salty.
Yeah, no, that's chicken. That's just
Right?
straight
Doesn't
chicken flavor.
the chicken wins.
It's like slightly spicy chicken.
Right.
The beef did nothing.
Yeah. No, it just became part of the the whole. I mean, so the one I had the most growing up was chicken, I'm pretty sure. Because I remember that package.
Yeah.
And then
The chicken, I think, is like the default
Yeah.
at every store.
Yeah. And you could get away with it as a food item
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Sure.
Sure, you know. Now I'm not so sure.
I mean, you could still do it, but
And people do.
yeah. I think what's ruined it probably are all the fancy ramen places.
Yes.
Because now everyone's gone, oh, like it doesn't have to taste like pure garbage. Okay.
Well, we're lucky to have Otaku Ramen in our town and several other restaurants that do ramen, but Otaku just does ramen and like a few other things. And it's very good. I mean, I don't know if it's the best. It's probably not the best you can get, but it's very good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm a bad judge on the ramen because I don't care.
It's not your world.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about this. Since you have been living here.
With you.
I've discovered, yes,
Yeah.
that you and my wife
Yes.
have the same palate.
Ah,
So
interesting.
Asian food
I love Asian food.
is all you guys want. Asian food, or you want like down home comfort food. If
Those
you're
are
picking,
two of my favorites. Yeah.
if you're picking the two defaults for
Okay.
like, oh, it's been a rough day.
Oh, well, sure. If I could eat dairy still, I'd go for pizza too in there.
Well, okay,
but I can't really eat dairy.
I don't count pizza.
Okay.
In this conversation because everyone would pick pizza.
Sure.
Because it's the easiest to get.
Absolutely.
But mine is Mexican.
Yes.
So
You and my wife have this. in
yeah, so
common.
the ramen thing, it's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. Like Jen would
Give me an enchilada.
Jen would go to Mexican food almost at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that that's not negative at all. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know. And I like Mexican food. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But it's not your go-to.
It's not as much as other stuff. Yeah. it's
We
true.
need someone with some sort of expertise in brain science
Yes.
to explain why this happens.
Absolutely. Now, tomorrow, I believe for dinner, we're having a Mexican dish here. And at lunch, some coworkers are bringing me Chewy's, which is not really Mexican food. It's Tex-Mex. But
Yeah.
suffice to say,
Yeah.
it is Mexican-related food.
Yeah. Well, so also the Mexican food we're making is like Mexican. It's not like Mexican. It's
Right.
like Mexican. It's fajitas.
Yeah.
So that's not
So I hope
Mexican.
the blind ramen challenge was interesting enough. I feel a burning sensation.
No, that's your heart attack.
Cool.
on, yeah.
Okay, great.
It's your impending stroke is what you're currently feeling.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was a good idea.
Yeah, it's you know what I like though? I like it when we follow through on things.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it. We said we would do it and we did it. Now, loyal listeners will remember that we've said a lot of things we haven't done.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm sure.
It's hard to remember at a certain point.
The odds are we don't even remember that we ever said them.
Correct.
I kind of just wipe it from my memory immediately when I'm done.
As soon as it's over.
Yeah, it's
right.
over. I'm done. I move on.
I remember slightly longer because I edit them.
Right.
If anyone has a favorite thing we haven't done, just let us know. And we might do it.
We might. If it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, we throw a lot of stuff out there that's bad.
Yeah, that's true.
If you come back and you're like, hey, go make this movie you talked about. No.
Nah, I'm probably
I'm
not
not
going
going
to
to
do
do that.
that. The Appening. Do you remember all the way back to The Appening?
The Appening.
I don't remember the whole plot, but I remember the title. Mm-hmm. It was some sort of apocalyptic film, I think,
That sounds right.
where an app was going to destroy everyone's brain or something.
That's a great idea.
Like maybe a zombie virus gets transmitted through an app or something.
You know what? That actually feels like a movie that would sell.
Sure.
It may not be like huge, but there's still a network that put on Sharknado. So
This is true. I think Tubi is palpating with anticipation for The Appening.
oh yeah, it's that movie is made specifically for Tubi.
I think you got frogs doing it in your backyard, bro.
Yeah, we have a nonstop frog orgy.
Is that happening now?
Yeah, well, we put flyers up and invited them.
Cool.
It's not anything weird. It's just, it's my kink.
Yeah, I get it.
Frogs having sex.
Sure.
Is my kink.
In mass.
I can't get hard unless frogs are having sex. So,
Well, that's a chest we should crack open some other time. I think.
You don't want to talk about
Not now. No. Maybe like once I move and we're doing this virtually.
you're far enough away.
Yeah, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah, I know it's been a minute since I'm going to apologize to Roy in advance before I bring this up. It's been a minute since we've talked fetishes.
Okay. Oh, can we apologize to my mom too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Justin's mom.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
And really anyone. But so fetishes.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
There's got to be someone
Oh,
who, if they saw a video, there's at least one. If they saw a video of frogs, that's it.
that does it for
They're
him.
done.
And it's probably a guy
Yeah.
because there's something wrong with us.
Yeah. You don't hear the weird fetishes with women very often, do you?
I mean, there are some,
Yeah.
but to be honest, I feel like a lot of times we're going along with it because of the guy.
Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah.
But I feel like the ones they get into are kind of more standard fetish territory.
Well, okay. Hold on.
Like, you got your BDSM. That's sort of standard.
Oh, that's not even.
At a point, that the culture has even embraced that to a certain extent. You got your, what else? I mean, the whole thing for them just seems way worse in general. To begin with.
Okay, so here is. I think this proves your point. This is a page from Women's Health.
Great.
27 sexual fetishes and kinks you've never heard of before.
Wait, is this a quiz to see which ones we've heard of? Because we've definitely heard of all of them.
Which one would you love the most? Okay.
All right.
You've never heard of these.
Okay.
Number 1, cuckolding.
Oh, fucking come
That's
on.
number
What do we-
1 on the Women's Health
That you've
list
never heard
things-
of?
Yeah, that's how twisted our minds are. Is the number 1 thing on their list? We're like, yeah, that.
That's a thing that guys. That's a thing that guys and the alt-right use.
Yeah.
To debase each other.
Yeah.
In joke.
Okay.
In jest.
Clismophilia.
I don't know what that is.
It's finding enemas arousing.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Just didn't know the name for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nylons.
You haven't heard of that? Are you joking?
Pregnancy.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Wait, women are supposed to be shocked by these things?
I believe so.
Wow. They don't know a lot about how it works in these brains. I mean, that's not one of mine, but like, I can see it. It's a thing.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to find
It's not even that weird.
the paragraph explaining how they came up with this list.
Okay. Yeah, there's always that. There's always the one that
Let's see.
tells you the origin.
No, it's literally just this is a list of 21 sexual kinks and fetishes you may not have heard of. That's it. That's the whole thing.
I mean, good for women's health, though. To I guess they're trying to get readers. That's what it's all about.
Number 5,
Yes.
whips.
What?
That's in 50 Shades.
That's the. Well, I guess who reads women's health is a good question.
Apparently nuns,
I guess
wax.
they have
Let's
their
see.
own magazine, Nuns Health. Wax.
Bondage.
Wait, wax was one of them.
Yeah.
That's not even a. That's like normal.
Yeah.
Ish.
Age play.
Okay.
Okay, here's one I have to actually read. Queerophilia.
Queero.
Quiro.
Oh.
Queero.
Queero. I don't know.
Hand fetish.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't necessarily heard of it, but it's not weird.
No, it's not even surprising.
It's above foot fetish, which is number 10.
Oh, they haven't heard of that?
Apparently, they've never heard of that.
That's the one that everyone's heard of. Because that's the standard one you go to when you're like, ew.
Yeah.
But like, not even close.
No, the next one is the one you should go to. Somnophilia.
That while someone's asleep.
Yeah.
That's what do they call that? They call that
Sleeping Beauty syndrome
oh,
is what it says here.
Sleep creeping. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sleep creeping
a problem.
on a person. Like our toe guy.
Yeah.
He was a sleep creep, but like even more so.
He's a toe creep.
Yeah, he had multiple things going on.
Let's see. Catoptrophilia.
Is that someone who's catatonic?
You like to look in a mirror.
Oh, come on. That's not even a thing. What
Sensation play.
what is that?
Okay, so I could go through the rest of these here.
Okay.
But I think my point has been proven. Their minds at this website were so innocent
Yes.
that they're like, oh, this is crazy. Some dudes like nylons.
I mean, that is in the canon of the most normal shit.
That's not even weird. That's just like,
No.
hey, put a thing on.
The thing
I like the thing.
Yeah, the thing here's what the weirder it gets to me is the farther it gets away from like any sort of body reference.
Yeah.
Like if it
That's
goes back to a woman's body, I'm talking about from a straight guy's perspective.
Right.
Okay. From a straight guy's perspective, the farther it gets away from like a woman's body, that's when it gets a little out there. But like anything generally related to that, except for poop.
Yeah.
eh,
Well, that's stuff being expelled from the body.
yeah, it's not part of the body
Right.
anymore. The body is pushing it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So, anything close to the body, that's
Yeah.
not even that weird to me.
No. Nothing on that list, aside from the being into people being asleep.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. But
That's weird.
it's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of the rest even would make me go, really?
Like raise an eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone said, no, like, I'm really into whips, I'd be like, okay,
All right, that's,
why are you telling me that?
yeah.
We don't have that kind of relationship. You're my bank teller. Please stop.
I'm at Costco right now. Why are we talking about this? I don't know you.
This is incorrect.
Let
Please
me read
stop.
your name tag. No, like, okay, we could put together a much more shocking list, probably off the top of our heads.
I'm pretty sure we could, and I don't think the internet's ready for it.
I'll tell you the weirdest one I've ever heard of. And that's not even that dirty. It's just strange.
Yeah.
Women
Yeah.
who are in the process of essentially drowning in quicksand.
You know what? I have.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about it before, but I've heard of it.
It's such a specific
It's
situation.
a very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
That's the weirdest one I've heard of.
do you think they're really upset with how little quicksand they find around?
I think there's probably people out there who are constructing
Yeah.
like safe, in quotations, quicksand pits. Because you don't want to know that it's too safe. Because that sort of defeats the purpose.
I feel like that's an Arkansas thing.
Sure.
I feel like in Arkansas you can probably find a fetish-friendly quicksand pit.
Then you got your crush porn. Pretty weird.
ooh.
Pretty weird. Anything that involves another thing having to die.
Yeah. Well, a more innocent version of that I still find very strange.
Right.
Is like the people sitting on cakes
Oh yeah, that's
and
one.
balloons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, balloons. Ripping paper.
Why?
Yeah.
Why must they destroy a balloon for you to be in the mood?
Yeah, there are very specific, like, there must be these brain pathways
Yeah.
that just come alive
I-
at the sound of a balloon popping or at the sound of a piece of paper being ripped in half.
I don't know. I think you know how they're always trying to like map the brain and everything?
Yeah.
I don't think we want to know.
Yeah.
I think the more we know about it, the more it's going to be like, oh, really? That's why that does that.
I don't much care for that at all.
I don't like it. Please take it away.
We are kind of these like balls of nerves and stuff that are just sort of in a body. Mm-hmm. And it's like the brain is way ahead of the rest of us.
Right.
So it's not really that surprising that weird stuff happens.
That's definitely true.
You know, like, I don't know. These people are fine, mostly. They're mostly fine.
I'm sorry. I looked at the list again. Scene play.
Is that like...
It's like role play.
Oh,
It's more specific role play where there's a full scene.
Like you got lines and stuff?
It doesn't say that is... they've talked about what they want to do or their roles in the scene.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's not even really a fetish. That's just a thing.
Yeah, none of these are like slap me with a recently dead chicken.
Oh, no, we got to that. No.
Okay. Not even like a store-bought. Like, you just choked it to death in the yard. Now I want you to hit me with it.
I think that the person who wrote this article could have gone online and spent 30 minutes on any random porn site and come away going, what is happening?
Did like Stepsister make that list?
I did. You know what? I didn't see that. Which that one should be on the problematic.
I don't know what happened, but that is everywhere. All of a sudden, I don't know why, but there it is.
Yeah, I didn't see that one on the list.
Okay, all right.
I think incest might be.
That's the one.
Yeah. It's a little bit too far. They do have lactophilia.
Oh, is that breast milk?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's getting a little out there for me.
Oh, apparently that's not even breast milk. That's a bottle.
Oh, just a bottle of milk?
And it might be breast milk.
Oh. All right.
They do have necrophilia on here. That one's a problem. There we go.
That's
we go.
I feel better.
Yeah, that's frowned upon.
That's prosecutable.
I would like to take a minute on this podcast to say that we here at Sushi Jackknife.
Yes. Do not
condone defiling corpses for your sexual pleasure.
But what if we started another podcast called Necrophiliacs? I feel like it would stand out in the iTunes store.
I think it would. I mean, I don't know the content that we'd have on there.
It's just the same.
It's the same.
We call it that.
I think the people tuning in might be disappointed.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's going to be a few.
Why are they eating ramen right now?
They just talked about early 2000s emo bands again.
Are they just trying to kill that guy so they can have sex with him? What's happening with the ramen?
I think one of those guys is trying to kill the other guy. Gross.
If anyone wants to use that as a name for a podcast,
Necrophiliacs,
we'll sell it to you.
Yeah, $25.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. It is yours. You can use our faces. Is that going too far?
I don't know that I want to.
You could use
be
my
the
face.
Face of necrophiliacs.
I'm the big smiling thumbs up face of necrophiliacs.
It's if there's one person that represents necrophiliacs,
it's me.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
So have you? Okay, so we've talked about basketball recently.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
In terms of how much we talked about basketball before.
Yeah.
And then now how much we talked about basketball.
Okay, so have you heard this whole thing with the Spurs player and Britney Spears?
Oh, wait. Okay, first of all, the Spurs are from where?
San Antonio.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Texas.
And they had the number 1 draft pick. They drafted Victor Wembanyama.
Does that mean they were the worst team?
Wembanyama.
Wembanyama, okay. Does that mean they were the worst team last year?
No.
Okay.
It means that they were bad but the lottery chose them to pick number 1.
Got it. Okay.
It makes no sense. Don't worry about it.
I'm not. Victor.
Okay, so I had this alert pop up on my phone.
All right.
Before we started. I saved it. I didn't even clear out the notification because I wanted it for while we record. ESPN. Spurs Victor Wembanyama says Britney Spears grabbed him from behind. His security team stepped in. Pop star refutes account.
What's going on?
That's the full information they provided me.
This guy's a brand new NBA player.
Yeah, he just got drafted. He's, I think, 19, something like
Whoa.
that. Okay. Apparently, what happened is, which it's a lot less fun than that random headline. She was smacked in the face by the San Antonio Spurs security because
Britney was.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because she came up to him and grabbed his shoulder to try to get a picture with him. And the security went, no, you don't. And smacked her.
It sounds like she tried to grab his ass. So
That's not what it
happened.
sounded like.
Okay.
So, so the security stepped in, smacked her across the face, and now there's a whole thing of will it be a legal case or will it not be a legal case?
Oh my God. Wow.
And this poor guy, I don't know if you've seen him. He's like 7'3", but he's a little baby string bean boy.
He's fresh.
Yeah. He's not prepared for this chaos.
Oh man. Well, she is.
Oh yeah.
This
is nothing in the Britney Spears
She's
life.
been through a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, she just got her freedom, and now this happens.
Yeah.
At least I think that's what happened.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I have very mixed emotions about the Britney Spears thing. I'll get into it.
Should I be feeling an odd sensation on the top of my head?
That's just the spider.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. I have an open wound there.
Yeah.
So I guess it's probably trying to crawl in.
Okay, so how much do you know about the Britney Spears situation?
I know that at the beginning of her career, I guess, her father, big yawn, her father was like put in charge of all her affairs.
Yeah.
Right? And that lasted up until what, like 2 years ago?
Yeah, so she had a protective order.
That's what it was.
Of some sort put on her in a court.
I mean, she got famous at age, what, 15, 16?
Yeah, this was later.
Oh, okay.
This was after
some of the
mental
chaos.
breakdown.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to say this, and this is the most important thing before I say what I'm about to say after this.
Sure.
Her dad is a scumbag.
Cool.
And was definitely taking advantage of his position here.
Okay. He's a Louisiana scumbag.
There we go.
Yeah.
So they put that protective order in, and it was sealed. So no one knows why. And then they went back to court, and after years of fighting, they removed the dad as the conservator.
Right. Okay.
And said she's able to do whatever.
Manage her own affairs.
Yeah. So that happened. And then she started doing things like posting herself topless on Instagram and stuff.
I heard about that.
And then everyone's like, what's wrong? And part of me is just sitting there going, well, maybe. Now, again, the dad is a scumbag.
Yeah.
So we have to start with that.
Right.
Maybe there was a reason that the original judge went, I don't know, maybe someone else should be brought in on this whole thing a little bit.
Right.
I don't know that maybe, or that she can do all of the stuff herself.
It kind of doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot's happened.
Yeah, and now she's, And this one sounds more like she just isn't aware of how the world works. Because she's probably,
she hasn't lived
Britney Spears.
She hasn't lived in the real world.
She's used to walking up to people and just doing whatever, and they're like, it's Britney Spears, whatever. So don't do that. Also, don't smack people, security. What are you doing?
That's a bit of an
Pull 'em
extreme
back.
reaction. Yeah. Yeah.
So essentially what I'm saying is everyone's wrong here except for poor Victor, who is just a little baby boy.
He really didn't do anything.
And he's just like, I just want to play basketball. It's all I want to
You
do.
said he's 7 feet 3 inches tall?
Yeah.
How did she even reach his shoulder?
Well, it said shoulder. I don't know that can possibly be correct.
The small of his back?
Yeah, like, I mean, that might be the problem is she was reaching up and did grab his ass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, last I heard she was like 3'7".
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't 7'3". I wonder how high she can actually reach.
That's a good question. I mean, she's not really 3 feet 7 inches tall. She's probably 5 something.
But like, I mean, I could reach up and grab the shoulder of
of a 7'3" guy.
Of a 7'3" guy.
You could.
But like, it would be a stretch.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I'm taller than Britney Spears.
I think you probably are. How tall are you?
I am 5'8".
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm like 5.
Oh, she's 5'4". There's no way she's reaching the shoulder of a 7'3" guy.
So she grabbed his ass.
Yeah. Like she
because it's way up there somewhere.
Yeah, it's no good. No good, Brittany. Yeah, I want more ESPN alerts that just combine random pop culture people with random athletes.
I mean, that is pretty fun. Like, I mean, in other news, I saw that the White Castle was on fire today.
The White Castle?
In town. Yeah, the one on West End.
Yeah.
Was on fire.
You know what? Burn them all down. I don't... The worst thing that has come out of any movie ever created, in my opinion, is somehow everyone decided White Castle was good because of Harold and Kumar, and it isn't.
I mean, isn't the crux of those movies that they're really stoned?
Yeah. But no one seems to register that that's the only reason you should be eating White Castle. I don't think I've told this story.
Okay.
But we had, I have to tread lightly here so as to not offend anyone.
Sure.
We had a friend and her husband come stay with us at one point.
Wait a minute.
Not you.
Oh.
in the past.
This has happened to you more than once.
Yeah. Well, no, it was just like a vacation.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And, not from town.
Right.
The place that he desperately wanted to eat was White Castle because they don't have them in Kansas City.
Okay. That's
why it's garbage.
I mean, no, it's not. I have eaten it and I will eat it. I'll eat it again.
It will come right back out of you. It's you know what? You just borrow White Castle. You don't eat White Castle.
I mean, I'm just waiting for the day that White Castle expands their menu a little and starts to include ramen noodles.
I mean, it's just a matter of time.
Is that a sushi jackknife?
Is
that time? Okay, sushi jackknife. It freaks me out that I don't know what the clock is now.
It's at 58:14.
That's pretty close.
Is that close enough?
I mean, that's like 60 is the goal.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sure in the next minute and change, you can put a great button on this episode.
I could. I mean, if I wanted to.
I mean, I want you to.
Yeah.
If you want to do it for me.
Anyway, so he wanted to eat chicken rings.
At White Castle.
Yeah. That was the entire goal of his culinary exploits on this vacation.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, he got diarrhea and died. Sushi jackknife.
Sushi jackknife. Did he really die?
No.
Okay.